We're off to golden rules for contractors versus employees.
This was a fantastic question.
Yeah, out of
and
the blue.
I don't think I've ever recalled being asked it before.
Yeah.
So what's the answer?
Oh, yeah. There are no golden rules. Another one of those classic sort of, let's give some context, I guess. There's a question probably employed at the moment wanting to go contracting. So what is the golden rule of, say I get paid $30 an hour at the moment, what should I contract myself out at to cover ACC, some of my expenses, the fact I won't get
sick pay.
82 weeks of holidays. Is that how many we get in New Zealand? Is it 4?
Yeah, well, I think the average rule is you work an hour and a half a day and then go stand around the water cooler for the other rest.
So I don't know how many holidays you get. Phil doesn't let me have any. No, of course. So we've got that, and then your sick days that you don't get, all those sorts of things. So they're basically saying, is there a way to calculate your current rate via that, via a multiple to get to that to be a golden goose?
And then taking into account no sick days.
Yeah.
No holiday pay, you got to pay ACC, probably a few other costs.
And I'm going to put my hand up and say I do not know if there is some. I imagine someone on the internet has claimed that they've created that, but we would approach this question from a completely different angle, and I'll let Phil help.
The hospital pass.
Catch us.
Got it. Look, I thought about it and hadn't heard it before, and I just simply thought, well, if you want to earn, let's say, $100,000 a year, because that's a nice magic number that everyone wants to earn.
True. Very often sought after. Yep.
But you only want to work 38 weeks a year.
Ooh.
Yeah, because you want to work less than everyone else. Well, probably the same as everyone else, but you've got to go to an office. Yeah. But anyway, you only want to work so many weeks a year. Well, then that's going to be however many hours a day that you want to work. You're either going to work 10 or you're going to work the 8, or you might only want to work 6. You can do the maths. I'm no good at it, but you divide your income into those hours and it's going to come up with an hourly rate.
Yeah. So basically map it back to the amount of total income that you want and then divide that by the total hours that you want to do. And that's going to be your rate effectively.
Yeah, because you're going to have a big chunk of money that you're going to want to earn over less hours than what the standard 2,080 for a 40-hour week is.
Yeah. And then my other question back to that question that we received is, if you're only trying to multiply your current rate times by a multiple to get to a contracting rate to then break those costs and et cetera, maybe stay in your job.
Yeah, and that's a really good point, is contracting has got its pros, but equally it's got its cons.
Yeah.
You're the first off the bus.
Yep.
If the company that you're contracting to doesn't want you anymore, you're not tied to the comfort of being an employee.
Yeah.
Don't forget about GST. I have seen it where a doctor did this many years ago. Employee making good money and thought, I'll be a contractor so I can deduct some costs.
Yeah.
And went to his employer and they said, yep, we'll pay you this rate, including GST. And I had to break it to him and say, mate, you've just given yourself a 15% pay cut.
Decrease.
Because we had to take out the GST.
How does a doctor react to a situation like that?
I think he had to go and see another doctor who probably specialised in...
therapy.
Yeah, heart issues, potentially. Yeah, because, doctors don't earn small amounts of money.
Yeah.
So to be given away 15% to the tax department for GST was a tough one. But lesson learnt.